Welcome, Cancer, to your December Astro Dice reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on with you. Best message coming out. Best message. Some Aries energy coming out with some Mercury in the 4th house. Okay, let's see what's going on here. We have that Mercury coming out. Nice. A lot of communication, a lot of writing, talking, traveling. Love it. And going straight into that with some Aries energy. So this is going to be dynamic, spontaneous, crusading, impulsive action is likely to happen for you this month. Okay, and let's see what we got here. So, you know, the 4th house over here is talking about the home and the roots of your being, its being. It could be the house itself. It could be you relocating. It could be buying a new house, selling your house, renting a new house, however it is, cleaning your house. Okay, so let's see what's going on. And that is what people see in the impressions you give when it comes to your 4th house, your family, you know, and the way that you're doing your house. Maybe you're redecorating your house, and you want people to see that, you know what, the impressions that I'm giving is this is what is traditional for me, right? This is what I love. So let's see what's going on. Getting straight into the situation. Situation is taking place in the beginning of the month, middle of the month, and the end of the month. So communicating about the 4th house. Some of you might even be getting a new puppy, communicating about having a baby. New baby coming into the family. Let's see. Yep, communication and communication. So definitely there is a lot of communication. It could also be a lot of creativity coming out where, you know, where you're speaking, writing, talking about what it is that's going on. Some of you might even be traveling to see family at this time. Let's see. So we have the awareness over here with the Magician. So it could be definitely something that you feel like, you know what, I need to take action. The action is this travel, this speaking. Maybe you haven't talked to someone in a long time, and now it's time to talk about what's going on within your 4th house. Maybe you're telling someone, I did move, right, or planning to move. But there is a lot of triumph and success over here when it comes to the Triumph card. Let's see what's going on. Clarify on the situation. So whatever it is, it could even be someone that you haven't talked to a long time within the 4th house, within your family, doing something within the 4th house. Maybe you haven't, you know, redecorated or done anything to the house for a while, but definitely talking about the home. There it is again, talking about the 10 of Cups over here. Maybe you are getting married. Maybe you are finally finding some kind of family commitment. Maybe, you know, you found that total love. Maybe you want them to come meet your new love. Maybe they're moving in with you. However it is, wow, victory again. So having a lot of victory and a lot of self-confidence when it comes to taking this action. Could even be something you had manifested that's coming through. You're seeing your rewards, feeling like you're having victory where you needed to have victory. Maybe you have to communicate with someone in the 4th house and you're having a hard time communicating with this family member. Maybe your spouse, your kids, however, you're finding that right now is the perfect time to have these conversations, right? Because this is where it needs to be. If you're traveling to see them, maybe, once again, maybe you had some problems. I don't know. I feel like was maybe some lack of communication before for a lot of you, and now you're finding victory and triumph and having this communication with them. For others of you, it does feel like you may have found someone, and maybe you feel like you're having this public recognition. Maybe you're taking them to visit the family. This is my new boyfriend, my new girlfriend, you know, my new fiance. However it is, wow, with the Lovers, it definitely has something to do with love, with the love of the family. So wherever the love of the family is, you're finding like you're having a lot of success within this situation. So take that, how that resonates for you. Or loving this new house that you're in, right? Maybe you're even having a housewarming. Okay, so let's see. Going straight to the mid-month over here. You're having the firm foundations. Wow. Holding tight and reaching out. So there is a lot of reaching out over here when it comes to the firm foundations. Is the Four of Pentacles. So it is talking about feeling like you are stable, feeling like you're in control of the situation in the mid-month. I'm still feeling very impulsive. I love the impulsive card though, because it's saying I'm not going to hold back on this situation. I really need to communicate what I need to communicate this month when it comes to the fourth house. So, wow. And really reaching out, and you do have the 8 over here, which is the, 8 of Wands, which is this accelerated motion. There's that message again. So it could be having this message of how you're in control of your firm foundation, telling everyone everything's fine. I've reached my mountain. You know, I'm ascending to the higher levels. I have moved. This is where my new location is. You know, come check out my house, right? However it is, or this is my new love. Look at how awesome we are. But are feeling like you are exactly where you need to be and on the right path over here, as your Chariot is also coming in, which I love the Triumph, because the Triumph is the Chariot card. So it's saying you are moving in this area and knowing that your wish is coming in and that your wish is here. It is here, here, here. There is no deception. There is no envy. I love that. That's saying there is nobody jealous. Maybe you were a little worried that, you know, your sister was going to be a little jealous that you got the white picket house or white picket fence with, you know, the big house. Or maybe they were a little jealous that you have this awesome person. Maybe there was somebody who's in the limelight, somebody who's celebrity status. Maybe there's somebody who's well known within the community. Maybe you're a little afraid that, you know what, they're going to be a little jealous. I don't know how this is going to work. You see what I'm saying? And they're showing that they're doing well. They're doing well. There's no deception. No one's playing mind games with you. When it comes to the fourth house, love it. There's no jealousy, no envy. If you had dealt with that with a family member before, they're not showing those colors this time. Right now, they're just saying, okay, right? Okay, everything's fine. You know, I didn't really want to bring this up to my sister that, you know, I was dating the local doctor who everybody knows, right? Because she'd be so jealous, because she always shows jealousy when I'm dating people or anytime I move or accelerate to higher levels or, you know, however it is. So whatever was going on there, you're definitely not having that. So you don't have to worry about that. You have the Ace of Cups coming out. So definitely, like I said, for a lot of you, this is some kind of new love. You know, and if it, like I said, if it's not love for you, you know, you're already married, maybe you're even renewing your vows. But however, this is, some of you, it's even a new baby too. Maybe your sister can't have a baby, so you're worried. They were going to be jealous, something like that as well, because I do see a new baby, proposal of marriage. But I said that before. For some of you, you are getting married. Fourth house, right? 8 of Wands on the top of the 8 of Wands. So definitely having some kind of swift change. This is definitely moving very quick. If you're traveling or someone's traveling to see you, they're moving very quick. Could be a Sagittarius that is coming to see you. If that's the person you're worried about, yeah, don't worry about it. Page of Wands upside down. They're not going to give you any kind of conflict. You know, it's almost like I was expecting them to give me conflict, but they're not giving me any conflict. Aries, Sagittarius card for sure. So if anything, they have new formed ideas of what is going on within your life. They're seeing it from a different point of view and having more compassion. So maybe you could, you know, you could say, if I haven't talked to this person for a long time, right, they're actually being very compassionate about the situation. They're actually on your side. They're being very poised and very mature about the situation. So I could, you know, say that maybe you were dealing with someone very immature who likes competition. And usually that is usually a sibling. So that really does feel like some kind of sibling rivalry. And if you know it's not yours, maybe it's the person that you're with, right? Maybe it's a sister-in-law or the new, you know, if you're getting ready to get married, maybe they're like, no, because my brother's always going to be jealous, right, of this situation where you have this rivalry going on. So however it is, it just feels like that's not going to happen. They're very calm and cool about the situation. So I do feel like maybe they've grown up. They've grown up for sure. Material harvest over here, 9 of Pentacles, feeling like you're having your rewards coming in. Feeling though that you are still, you know, kind of in, there it is, that challenge. But still standing your ground. Just, it's almost like at the end of the month, I'm still kind of standing my ground. And it almost feels like I'm patiently planning, but I'm standing my ground for what it is I truly want. But if you feel like, I don't know if I can trust them just yet because they're always trying to challenge me, you could still feel like you have your guard up, even though they're being cool. You see what I'm saying? So it almost feels like, for some of you, it's kind of like, why are you being so cool? Why are you not showing who you truly are? Well, it could be, like I said, because they have definitely matured. But you, on the other hand, might just be like, yeah, they're playing a game. It's all an act, right? They just don't want to show their true colors. So you could definitely still be feeling like you're, you know, standing your ground, or this other person who's around you, you know, you could, or it could be vice versa. Let's put it that way, right? They're like, nope, that's my brother. He's playing a game. Right? I'm going to keep my guards up. You should keep your guards up too. Right? However, so let's see. So you do feel like you have your rewards coming in, and you do feel like, you know what, I am the 9 of Pentacles. I've planted these seeds. This is mine, right? You might even be telling them that you're traveling out of, you know, country. However, I still think you guys are I think for a lot of you are getting married. Or you found some kind of new love. Some partnership. Because there's the proposal of marriage again. For those of you who know that that's not it, it's just you found something so awesome, right, that you're so passionate about, you're just afraid, you know, like that new house or new piece of furniture or whatever. Or you have the 2 of Cups over here, that it's just definitely feeling like, you know, I'm having this coming together where everything is fine. And you might even feel like you and your sibling are coming together, but you still have that guard up, like I said before, because you're not sure. Are they being real, or is it all an act? Are they really happy for me, or are they just, you know, it's showing they don't have any deception and envy. You know, it's saying they're, you know, but is it that they really don't, or is it just that they, right, are shoving it down, deep down inside, right? I'm not going to bring it up to the surface. The surface, I'm going to be compassionate. I'm going to be nurturing about the situation. Show you how happy and caring I am for you. But for some of you, you're just not buying it. You're not buying it. You're standing your ground. You're like, nope. Personal values and overwhelmed by the choices. Yep. There it is. You know what your lack of purpose is, but you're still a little worried about this situation, about how they're feeling about your success. Now, that's all, you know, how is my success, you know? It's almost like you're just waiting for that moment for them to open their mouth to say something. You know, maybe it's even your lover for some of you. Maybe you got a really awesome job, you know, and you're going to fix up the house and you're going to be able to do things, and maybe you're afraid they're going to be a little jealous. It's a general reading, so please take it the way it resonates. Patiently planning with the Chariot again. So you have the Chariot again, so it's saying no matter what, you're having progress within this situation. You're going to find that I don't think you're not going to have to keep your guard up with this person. Yeah, they're confusing you because you expected them to be controlling. You expected them to show some kind of envy. This is why you really didn't want to bring this up to light, but they're definitely showing that they have matured. Wow. So it was more of a fear and anxiety. Could even be your dad, right? Maybe it's not even a sibling. Maybe it's your dad. They don't like anybody I date, you know, and so maybe it's not even so much, you know, the envy, the jealousy. Maybe it's the way that they're treating the person, right? With the deception. Deception could be, you know, just saying things that are not nice, right? being reckless with their words, saying things that are nice but have an undertone. That's deception, right? Being like, yeah, okay. No, actually, I don't see that. They're actually happy for you, which is crazy. Yeah. Queen of Wands. They're actually showing that they actually do care and that they're actually focused on your happiness and zest for life. So if they had shown these things before, they're showing that now they see your commitments to this new home, to this new job, to having this baby, whatever is going on with you in the fourth house, your family member is, happy for you, or their family member is happy for them and for the both of you. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, kind of like, wow, okay. It's like almost something that you were like kind of dreading to happen by sharing this information with them, but it's like that, other family members are very happy, but it was almost like this one person. There's always that one person, right? Who's kind of like jealous, envious, just can't keep their mouth shut, wanting to try to ruin things that are wonderful and beautiful. And that's showing they're not. They're actually showing, like I said, happiness and joy for you. That shows a lot of maturity. It shows that they've actually grown. Okay. Awesome. That's going to be a great thing for you. Great thing for you. It's going to be a great thing for you for Christmas, because you're going to say, for Christmas, this is what I wanted. I didn't want to go to this Christmas party, right, with my family. I didn't want to travel them, show them my new date, tell them all these wonderful things, and then have this person come back at me and backlash on me, right? Okay, so it sounds wonderful. Till next time, my friends. Peace and love. Bye-bye.